After the race in the last video, it got me thinking what else we can do in Satisfactory. So today we're going to build a large factory that floats in the sky. The first thing we need to do is build a wall as high up as we can to serve as the foundation for our base. We're just going to keep flying up and placing more power outlets to keep the hover pack fueled until we reach the top of the skybox. We've lost all visuals and all I can see now is build colors. I think I'm getting close to heaven. And there's the height limit to remind me that I am merely immortal. Just so you get an idea of how far up this is, in this clip my hover pack is off and I'm in a free fall. Let's begin building the base about right here. It's above the clouds, but at least we can still see the ground. I'm actually going to use glass foundation here so we can see through to the ground. It's always a good idea to hold up 3,000 tons of weight on glass. Now let's start getting the resources routed up here. We'll climb the ore up using these elevator belts. Then we'll get the concrete production online because I'm going to need a lot to build this factory and that'll save me some time. While we're at it, I'll get the other essentials set up like copper and iron ore. We now have all the basic components you can make in constructors, and I'm going to build a glass ceiling above as well for more lighting. Before we improve production, the real thing that's been bothering me is I have a very long ride to get to the sky base. I think I'm going to set up a transfer tube to get me up here quicker, but a traditional tube at this angle is probably going to take just as long as my hover pack. So I think I'm going to take a play out of Let's Game It Out's playbook and create a human cannon. Except this one will shoot me directly into the sky, so I think gravity should slow me down a bit. You could even say that this is the real space elevator and not that joke that hauls junk into the clouds. We just need to place down a few wall supports leading all the way to the top, then we will get some alternating tubes in here to keep us rolling and connect everything to the power grid using these wall mounts. And look at that, it's beautiful. Now let's give this thing a try. This thing goes pretty quick and it kind of sounds like the beginning of some EDM music.
Hey, you're finally awake.
This is actually what happened at the end there. The hypertube has turned us into a god and we have destroyed the universe. I cannot move and I do not have control of anything. I am stuck looking at the sky. Alright, let's load a save and fix this by throwing down a roof and trying this again. Much better. In case you were curious, you cannot make this a two-way tube, so we're going to make a return tube that takes us back down to the ground. To build this is just going to be the same process in reverse. Alright, now let's give this thing a try. Jokes aside, I did break every bone in my body on that one, and we will have to create a fix for this. Here we will place a gel platform at the bottom. Testing this out, it works perfectly, even though I didn't know it needed power since I don't think I've ever used any of these before. Getting back to our factory, we need a couple of things up here. One is lights and the other is steel. So let's route ourselves some crystals up here and some coal too. And now we can start building some quartz crystal production to start making some ceiling lights. After letting all that run for a bit, we have enough quartz crystal to make one line of lights, which is good enough for me. We'll make this a dim purple, a very regal color, and at this light it won't blind me or kill my FPS. Returning to our steel production, let's get the ingots cooking with a little coal and iron, and then we'll get those steel beams producing. We'll worry about the pipes later. For now, I want to find a bauxite deposit because I want to set up aluminum sheets here. Now that we have the bauxite, we need water to make the alumina solution. Fortunately, we happen to be right next to the ocean. Now let's route this straight up into our sky base using a winding tactic, weaving it in and out of the walls that hold up our base. I'll be right back after I put 30 pipeline pumps on this line to get it pumping just right. We are back with water that flows, and now the alumina solution is being created. Unfortunately, I've returned to my ways and I've created a mess of spaghetti that I do not intend on fixing. I realize I'm going to need a few different advanced parts, but I'm going to skip ahead in the building of this factory because I think everybody gets the point. Now all that is done, the first floor is getting even darker than before, so it's about time we add in a bunch of lights. I like the way this looks, and with that, I think the sky base is at a good point of stoppage. Here's a shot of what this base looks like from far away. Now I just want to make a return cannon home so I can return back to the spaghetti that I am used to. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm going to keep launching myself across the planet until I find the cure for fall damage. Thanks for watching.